Hello, adorables. Welcome to my channel, everyone. So today, I just started working on this. This is Jesus in heaven. And I'm probably not going to get a whole lot done because I got a story to tell. So, I was really concerned about going to jail because one time I went before a judge and that prick, he finished the case. I'm out in the waiting room now on my way out the door, and I decide I'm going to get a copy of the warrant. And he's standing in the office with the secretaries, and he says, "You know what? I'm tired of your shit. You're going to jail. Refund her money." So they refunded me $300 and sent me to jail for 6 days rather than give me a copy of the arrest warrant. So I was concerned that something like that was going to happen again because I could have went to jail for a year. This judge, if he was that ignorant, if he was that kind of corrupt, he could have sent me to jail for a fucking year. He did not, okay? And actually, my attorney, which I had to pay $1,500 for, because the free attorney is only free for 7 days. And then you have to pay. And I said, "What? Wait a minute. I thought there's a free attorney." And the guy on the phone for this number for the free attorney, he said, "Did you hear me? Are you listening to what I'm saying?" I said, "Fuck you, asshole." Beep. Hung up. Done. He's so ignorant. I was just trying to get an attorney, and he yelled at me, all ignorant, like, I was like, And he didn't know who I was. He's just an ignorant motherfucker on the other end of the phone. Okay, so anyways, I decided I'm going to get a real attorney. I'm not taking any chances with some freebie, whatever, because they don't have history, so they work through there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the better attorneys, you got to pay them directly. $1,500. Because I was concerned about the judge putting the screws to me. So anyway, what happened was that I went to buy a gun. And I was going to get a handgun. And you had to fill out a form. And I know I was 302'd like 30 years ago. By a crackhead that wanted my money. That was also my mother. But whatever. It wouldn't have been a 302, but I ran. Because there's this little tiny closet with a bed with straps. And they're getting this needle ready. And I'm thinking, get the fuck out of here. And I ran. I booked. They slammed my head into the doors and everything. I should have sued the hospital. So anyhow, that counted as a 302, and I knew for the regular gun, that's probably going to make a big difference. You know, I got to fill that form out. But then Pat, he said that shotguns are different. And I'm thinking, yeah, because you could put rock salt in a shotgun. So I went out and I filled the form out for the shotgun because I thought it was a different form. And when they said, "Have you ever been institutionalized?" I didn't think that meant the same thing. I was thinking I'm applying for something completely different. And no, that's not an institution. You know, that was through the emergency room and put me on a different... I'm stupid sometimes. For as smart as I could be sometimes, there's other times that I am so stupid. The best of both worlds, huh? So anyhow, a cop called me up one day and was asking me about it, and I told him the truth. And after the fact, after they said, "No, you didn't get approved for the shotgun," Then I figured out why. Then I figured, oh, that's the same thing. Oh, shit. But it was too late. It was already done. To the best of my knowledge, everything I said is true. That's what I'm going on. To the best of my ability, everything I said was true. Well, the cop didn't think so. So he's trying to be like, why are you trying to buy a gun? Well, because 9 people got shot out in front of my house over the years since I've been here. And I don't feel safe, and I just wanted something for the house. Just want to have one, because charging somebody with a freaking hatchet or a machete, it's a whole nother thing. I'd rather, I could fire a warning shot. What are you doing with the machete? You know what I mean? So, it's like, I don't want to have to defend myself at all. But it made me feel, I had a moment of fear. Because I don't want to use it, I don't want to use any of them. Unless it's like a fake target, something in a field. You know what I mean? I don't even want to kill an animal. I shot a bird when I was a kid, a little sparrow. I think about it every once in a while. It's still one of the most awful things I ever did in my life. With a BB gun. And I remember it. So, anyhow, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. Because I watched it die. And I watched its mate come down. And it was just taking a dirt bath. And I was just doing target practice. And that's when I understood something. In that moment. It was a life lesson. Okay. Poor little bird that I get sick in my head over when I think about it. So anyhow, then the cop was like, are you buying the gun for your friend? And I was like, no, he could buy his own guns. And the cop was like, well, that's good. And the way he said it was like condescending. And yeah, it is good. Like, I think they mostly wanted me to show up because I didn't know who I was, and they wanted to see what kind of people I was. I don't know, but they made me go, and they scared the shit out of me. Because I guess they could have just come arrested me right off the bat. And the cop said that he's going to send paperwork and I need to do myself a favor and show up. I'm like, yeah, I'm showing up with a $1,500 attorney, baby. So anyhow, okay. The attorney kind of worked it out with this cop. I guess that's who she was dealing with. And told him, look, this is an introvert. She goes out shopping once a month. She barely walks her dog. She just doesn't come out of the house. She just got scared and she wanted a shotgun to put some rock salt in it. And, I don't know what the hell went down. But she worked it out and she says, if I'm going to plead to a summary offense. I think that's what she called it. And I wasn't sure if that was a good idea. And I was like, well, is that like worse than a misdemeanor? She said, no, it's better than a misdemeanor. And I was like, okay, then we'll do that. Because just take 0 chances in prison. Zero. So then I got to go in before the judge. Oh, before I went in though, I was hearing people. They were talking about this judge. And the one girl, she's standing there, she's talking to a lady. I don't even want to say who the lady was or anything like that. But, okay, so she's talking to the lady. And she said, well, he liked to put people in jail. He loves sending people to jail. And she's like, I know that's right. It's like, apparently this is like a mean judge that likes to send people to jail. They're scaring the shit out of me because I'm hearing it from my right, I'm hearing it from the left, like it was coming from behind me. Oh my God! And I'm scared. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, like I might not be going home. And so we go in there, And one guy tells me to take my hat off. Oh, I got a huge bald spot on my head. Guess what? The hat came off immediately. I don't care. I do not care. This is what you want to see. This is what you're going to see. I look awful. Can't do anything about it. It's just getting worse. It's like, fuck it. You know, I look like hell. So, but I'm clean. And I'm nice. So I don't look as miserable as other people who look like me seem to be, because I've seen people that haven't aged well, and they're kind of mean too. They're just straight mean. And it's like, I try not to go that route. Like, the mirror says one thing, but my soul says, no, I'm gonna be Mimi, the Mimi energy today. And anyways, no, I'm not. I'm just kidding. So what happened was, I go in the back, I take my hat off, and the judge is asking me, like, did I get arrested for this? And I was like, no, I didn't get arrested. I didn't go to jail. And he said, so you're trying to buy a shotgun? And I was like, I got scared. I was scared. And he says, you don't have to answer me. And I'm thinking, what? He's perhaps I shouldn't ask questions I don't want answered. I don't know why he said it if he didn't want to answer. Anyway, so then as he's talking, he misspoke. Instead of saying appeal, he said peel. And he says, did I just say peel? And I was like, haha, it's not fruit. We're not talking about fruit. And then, I don't know, maybe he liked that I said that, I don't know. And then, it was dumb. It was just dumb. And he said that he knows a bunch of people, he knows a few people that have gotten parasites from the fruit. And I was like, well, I think the major concern is that everything's genetically modified. Everything's a GMO. And then he's like, is that another conspiracy? It's like Kennedy, and I didn't know he was talking about the Kennedy assassination. And I was like, no, he's talking about Kennedy Jr. because he's doing all that stuff with the what you call it, it doesn't even do its job anymore. We call it I'm having a brain fart. The FDA, because he's getting on FDA and everything, but allowing all this stuff in our food, and the everything is genetically modified. If it doesn't say organic, it's been genetically altered. The DNA of that produce is altered if it doesn't say organic, because if it's organic, people want you to know it. That's God's vegetables. God's fruit and vegetables is organic. If it isn't organic, it's been tampered with. It's a Frankenstein monster kind of thing, or hybrid. And when he said conspiracy theory, you know me. I think, well, it's not a conspiracy theory, it's actually fact. Shouldn't have said, he just looked at me. And I'm just like trying to put some kind of smile on my face, a closed mouth smile like this, like some little kid got in trouble standing before her father. I don't know. Like, just be nice, don't say it. And it's like, why do you have to say anything and all? But he was all right with it. So the charges got dismissed, and he gave me a $25 fine for disorderly conduct. And he said that's the lowest that he could go. Like, he couldn't, I don't understand why it's just dismiss it altogether. I don't know why. But I was like, thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. Because, because I know I could go to jail. He could be a prick and send me to jail. I'm going to kiss his ass. I'm going to be very nice to him. You know, especially like I was scared. I heard horror stories coming out about this man wants to put people in jail. He likes it. He likes it. That's what I was hearing. And I go back, and so when we come outside, and Pat was out there waiting, and my attorney and me is standing there talking with Pat, and she said, "No, he likes you. He actually liked you. He said he wasn't that nice to all the other people that went before him, but he was nice to me." And I'm like, what? I don't know. Maybe he's seen my hair falling out, and he's seen the swelling in my eyes, and it looks like I look like somebody beat my ass last night. You know, I just look like a broken woman who got scared wanted to buy a shotgun. That's all. Whatever. I run from the world. I stay in a house. You know, I don't know what he saw that he was nice. It was probably all the attorney. Probably knowing that I was willing to spend. I played a game. Spend that $1,500. Don't just risk it and go in there like I'm taking for granted that I'm just going to walk from this. Because the way they see it is I intentionally lied to the United States government. I did not do it with intention. It was mental confusion. And I get like that filling out paperwork. When I'm doing my bills even, it's bad. But when a paper comes in the mail, I have to fill it out. Oh my God, it's awful on me. Anyway, okay, yeah, that's about the end of that. That's about the end of that story. It worked out good because I was scared. Now I feel like I could talk about it and I can't get in any trouble now because I was worried. It's like I should have known. I was confused because Pat said you don't need. He said it was different for a shotgun, and I believed him. You know? And so that affected my thinking when I was filling out paper. Anyhow, that was an expensive lesson, but I'd rather pay with cash than with time. So I'm definitely giving my attorney 5 stars. However many stars she could get, I'm giving her. She's getting maxed out with stars. She's getting a raving review. Excuse me for blowing my nose. Probably should have put the video on pause, but I didn't want to accidentally turn it off. Okay, so I'll just do this for a couple more minutes, do a few more of these C's. But basically, I just wanted to tell you the story. And you could all be happy for me now that I don't have to live in a cell for 90 days or whatever that judge could have did. They were all saying he was a mean judge. And an attorney said he actually liked me. He was nice to me. That was okay. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. He didn't seem like a mean guy at all. He just seemed like a regular judge. But I didn't know anything about him at all. Didn't even have a picture of him. I went to look it up online. I wanted to know, is he a Democrat or a Republican? I think he's a Democrat. And that in itself was scary. Because the way the cop said it is like, you know, when that says that Pat could buy his own guns, he's like, oh, well, that's good. Like we're gangsters or something here. You know what I mean? But that's a real thing in the world that police have to worry about. You know, and the media painting things the way they do, they give them the cops a bad rap. But there's bad cops, there's good cops. You just gotta pray that if you have to deal with any of them, that they just be good cops. We just need good cops and good judges, but we need the ones that don't take shit from the assholes. Well, if you think about what I just said, that doesn't sound very good. That I didn't. Don't take shit from assholes, because they crap a lot of it out. But yeah, we do need people like that. But I wasn't being an asshole. I wasn't trying to deceive my government or anything like that. I was just... There was no attorney there with me. You know what I mean? When I'm signing the paper, when I'm filling all that out and everything. So I did the best I could. And then when it came to the definition of institution is what got me. Because I was thinking of like, an institution, a whole institution. I don't know. I was confused. I am not confused anymore. I know better now. Don't apply for one. It would have been nice, though, to have a shotgun. So my attorney said that she just got a shotgun. And she didn't have to fill any paperwork out for a shotgun. And she got hers when the pandemic started. And she didn't have to fill nothing out. And you know what I mean? What the fuck? Maybe it was just the store I was at. I don't know. I don't know what has changed. Laws change. That's why when Pat said shotguns are different, and, I was thinking, well, a lot of things have changed. So maybe, it's not what I thought it was. And then it was only hearsay. It wasn't like somebody with any real knowledge told me that I couldn't have a gun. I heard it from drug addicts. Like, I don't know how reliable was the information that I had. So that, taking that in consideration, kind of loosened it for me too. It really opened the door for me to make a big mistake. And I'm glad this judge realized it was just a dumb mistake. I didn't have any ill intention. Nothing bad going on here. So anyways, it all worked out. And as far as I'm concerned, he's a good judge. And whoever the people were that were saying that he likes to put people in jail, they must be doing shit they shouldn't do. I don't know. I don't know what their charges were. But I'm worried. I don't want in front of any cop, any judge, and nobody with authority, because in my mind, no one has authority over me. Nobody can tell me what to do. Nobody. Okay? But I also understand that the police and the judges, they absolutely believe they have authority over you. So when that goes together, it's like you know what's coming. It's like that authority is real because they believe it. So you have to understand, it's not like, hey, I could just do whatever the hell I want and you can't do anything about it. I don't have that attitude at all. I don't go around breaking rules. I don't break laws. It's all good. I stay out of trouble. I'm not looking for trouble. I don't fuck with people. I'm nice to everybody. And not everybody's like that, though. So it's all good. I hope you're having a good day. This was a great day for me. And it's kind of like restored my faith in the system a little bit. I was worried, $1,500 for the attorney. And when I walked in and I seen all the people that were already there, I was like, this is a business. Like, they're in there to make money. And I was thinking he's going to give me a $2,500 fine. And I'm like, if that's what happens, just shut the fuck up and take it. Just take it. Thank him. And you know, all that good stuff. Like he's doing me a favor. So it didn't go to that. He reduced it down. I got a $25 fine and court cost, and I'm thrilled about it because I think that's as fair as you're gonna get. Some judges are still honorable, and I'm glad I got one. I'm glad I got one because I was scared. Wouldn't you be with all this stuff on the news? Okay. So it's time to drop it. Forget about it now. It's done. It's over. I don't ever have to talk about it again other than say, I like that judge. My attorney saying that he was nice to me. He must have liked me. He was nice to me. He wasn't nice to the other people. I don't know. I didn't get to see how he acted with other people. They only took a few cases back at a time, like 4 people. And I don't know. I was concerned when he told me not to answer his question, because he asked a question. And then he told me not to answer it, and I didn't understand that. And then he quickly clarified maybe he shouldn't ask questions he doesn't want answered. Okay. I shut up. And then I couldn't shut up. I couldn't shut up when he started talking about the fruit, and then he started talking about the parasites, and I mentioned GMOs, and now he thinks it's a conspiracy, and then I have to have stupidity in my head to say it's not a conspiracy, it's facts. I'm surprised he didn't put me in jail for that. Oh my god. I don't know. It was okay. So I'm just gonna be done with this video because it was half hour long and it was more talking than diamond painting, but I think you knew that coming into it. And yeah, just have a great day, and don't go to jail today, and be happy that you're free, because that's what I'm going to celebrate. I still didn't jump up and down, put my arms in the air, because I visualized it. I kept visualizing over and over, because my mind would go to thinking the worst. And then I'm like, stop that. We're not manifesting that. We're excited. We're happy. It's a nice judge. It's a good judge. I'm going to be happy tomorrow. See me celebrating. And so when I came out of the courtroom, my arms went up in the air. And I was like, yay, I'm not going to jail. Because that's what I visualized. I also visualized it here at the house. And I haven't done that yet. So I have to do it. Yeah, I'm sober. Peace out, adorables. God bless.